All right, another Monday motivational and the last day of the month. So you guys know the drill. I mean, really, it's scanning down through. I was just talking to Stacy not long ago about, making sure you're personally enrolled, making sure some of their leaders that are working, like that are actually working, making sure people are qualified and active. It's something I do religiously. I've done it every month. At 10 p.m. on the last night of the month, I always go down through and I check that people have QV. I make sure that they have their PV and that they're qualified and active, especially husband and wife. Like that they're working both accounts, just making sure that, because I normally catch one or two sometimes that don't even realize that they don't have any. This month, it's really, I haven't looked at everybody's yet. For the most part, most people already are, just because we've had a lot of promos targeted towards customers, and promos that we really pushed people getting that new volume in. So we don't see it as much, but that's something to kind of keep in mind, is making sure that you're looking out for your team and you're checking your cloud office and making sure that everybody's going to be getting paid and they're going to roll in and to the next month qualified and active. That's something, especially when you have somebody join the month before. Sometimes they're qualified and active up until that last day, because say they joined on the last day of the month and they never placed a new order, they keep on seeing that they're qualified and active, and then it rolls over at midnight and maybe they lost that qualified and active status because they never placed another order or something like that happen. I mean, I've seen people not qualified at their rank because they were so focused on like another account, and then they themselves weren't actually able to continue getting their rank, like say they were 12K or 40K or whatever. In fact, it happened to Jamie, like right when we first got started. She ended up not being qualified and active at 200K, and we were like, oh God, because she was focused on building Steven's account, and it was just like it went right under the radar. So I'm always making sure you're looking out for your teammates, making sure, you're getting that. Again, this month we've had promos that have been targeted for customers. I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait till my Thrive credits on the 2nd, because I know they're going to be they're going to be great, because I had some really nice orders going into a lot of these promos. I was like couples packs. I was like all over it. So anyhow, I want to tell you guys this. This is a time that we see people a lot of times that have been customers for a while. It's really good to touch base with them about becoming promoters. If you've never offered it to them or never thought about it before, maybe they've never even brought up being a promoter. But I had, and what made me think about this is that I had a friend of mine who's been a customer of mine for probably going on 3 years now. And I say 3 years because I know that I had my gastric sleeve surgery 3 years ago, and she had ordered and reached out product. Like she ordered product. She had also had the gastric sleeve surgery before I did. And she reached out to me and was giving me a ton of advice. But she also became a customer of ours around that same time. Well, she reached out to me. She's a nurse practitioner. She's like, did all of these mission trips. She was a very hard worker. She just recently, about a year and a half ago, moved out to Arizona. She's stepping away from the medical profession and wants to make some extra money. All right. She's going to be working PRN, and she wants to substitute her income. You guys, like, this is somebody that is always used to working crazy hours. This is somebody that loves the product, and I'm super pumped about her. And you know what I did? Immediately, I messaged Chas and I said, hey, can I get you in a 3-way? Because even though I've been around the block and I've been around for a while, I want to make sure I'm guiding this girl getting started the right way. All right. So I want to encourage you to reach out to some of those people that maybe you weren't thinking about as we're rolling into February, because you guys, when I tell you February is going to be crazy, February is going to be crazy. Do not think that because this month maybe wasn't as powerful or as fast or crazy as what maybe you thought it could have been, the people that worked their business this month, you need to be focused in on them, finding out what their goals are, finding out where they want to be at the end of this year, what the people on their teams, where they want to be at the end of this year. I don't know about you guys. I'm super stoked about the new team page that's going to be rolling out. Thank you, Kaylee, Crystal, Ashley, everybody I know that has been working their tails off on it. When everybody sees this page, you are going to just be mind blown at how organized and easily it is for anybody to come into it and be like, oh, there's post. Oh, here's some examples of that. And you can make it into your own. It's really going to be a very easy guide that, hey, you just got started. Here's where you need to go. Here's the resources. And people can just type in like a keyword and they can now, but you guys, let's be real. Our team page is really, really kind of unorganized on the dream team. There's all kinds of posts going on, and it's sometimes fresh, new, and real is a great way for a new start. Right. And I think that with all of the leadership that's going to come in and the ideas that, like Lisa had a leadership call this last week, everybody being able to come in and kind of give their own expertise, the areas that they're strongest in, and us working on the same page as leaders, it's going to provide an atmosphere for everybody. I think that's going to be explosive. I know there were some talks about getting back to doing opportunity Zooms on a regular basis. I think that would be absolutely huge. If you yourself have things that you want to share, you guys reach out and let people know, like go live on the page, share the tips. Okay. Because when you start doing that, you start building confidence, you start helping people, and then you start bouncing ideas off of people. And that it leads for an explosion for everybody. And I look forward, I catch so much wisdom from all of you guys all the time, and different ideas. So making sure everybody, as we're going into the end of the month, finish out strong. We still have, well, a little less than 3 hours right now. Making sure people are qualified and active, making sure people are thriving for free, making sure that if people are close to their rank, I always pull up next to rank under my reports and I look at those. I just pulled it up. I'm looking at people that are close to their 4K, people that are close to their 12K, people that are close to their 40K, 80K, and so forth, seeing how far away they are. I also like to write those numbers down on a lot of people if they are running short. So we know if we're seeing growth or if we're seeing people slide backwards, especially if those people are actively working. So focus on the people working first, reaching out, touching base with people that maybe fell off the wagon. You guys, people can slide all the way back and then they can come back with an explosion. Okay. A perfect example of somebody that was going, had momentum, slid all the way backwards, and then would be Ashley Frolic Mosley. Seriously. She went, she had a dynamite, organization, and then it all crumbled. And then now she's 80K. And she hustles like around the clock, right? So I want you guys to realize like everybody on your organization could quit and you could still go 80K this year. Like I'm saying that optimistically is like, if you get your butt in gear right now, anything's possible, right? Anything is possible. And with the way that we know that things kind of go this time of the year, it's up to you to set that momentum. It's up to you to set the tone for how you're going to go, like what actions you're going to put in daily and how we're going to go with that. So as we close out tonight, make sure that you're looking, just take a real quick look. Maybe you don't have a super big organization, but you can look and see my active customers. Are they thriving for free? Do they want to thrive for free? Could you put a post up or could they put a post up between now and midnight to maybe help them? If they're not willing to help with that, there's not a whole lot you could do. You could always ask them if you could share their testimony and tag them. That's something that's just like another option. Jackie, I can tell you've got something that you want to throw in there. Oh, hold on. I can't hear you. Hold on. She's got to get her ears in. There she is. I can hear you now. I think. Nope. Uh-uh. My Mac used to do that. Sometimes it would get glitchy and I wouldn't have sound. I'd have to go out and come back in. I hear something. So maybe you're coming in now. Nope. Well, that's okay. We'll come back to you, Jackie, here in a minute. But really just kind of thinking about, does anybody else, I love to hear if anybody else has any ideas to help people kind of get those last minute volumes. Like I like to go in, look at people's organizations, reach out to people. Don't give up though. As you finish out the night, like do not give up until that clock like goes over, especially if you are super duper close. There's not a whole lot you can do though. If you have nobody working besides you putting posts out, you putting teasers up, my biggest suggestion of all is get as many samples out into people's hands as you possibly can and making sure that you're putting that out there. I've been not feeling the greatest past couple days and I have totally slacked. Honestly, I had major momentum happening and then it was like I hit a wall. I slept until 2:30 this afternoon. Okay. 2:30 this afternoon. And I am not proud of it, but my body needed it. Since that, now I'm like, okay, what's my game plan? What all do I need to do? I need to get up in the morning and I want to shout my goals out. Like tomorrow, first day of the month, new fresh start. I always put that out there because it's like speaking it into existence, making sure that I'm proclaiming what I want to make happen, making sure that I'm speaking that into everybody else because I want people to know I'm ready to go. You still didn't get it, did you? No, she's like, I can't get it. Maybe leave the Zoom and come back in. See if it kind of resets your volume or something. I don't know. I think maybe that might happen. Let's see. Is there anybody else over here? Nobody over here at all. Kaylee, you got any good ideas for those last minute things?
Well, one tip, don't stop until the last minute because so much can happen in even an hour. Like even thinking about like when our team went 200K, it was insane the amount of things that happened within just a few hours. So don't give up if you are running after a goal or if you are so close to that rank. Just, I promise you, if you rally together with your team and push forward, incredible things can happen. And if you are somebody who kind of, slack the beginning of the month, or maybe it just wasn't, you were in a planting season or whatever, like I'm the same way. I love a fresh new start. Like it, honestly, guys, just you need to get it out of your system tonight and regroup and just refocus and start fresh in the morning and just commit to yourself and be consistent and say, okay, I'm making it happen this month. It truly is all about mindset. And that's probably the toughest battle, is to get into that right mindset. So, that's half the battle.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It is. And it's kind of like a mindset switch, it's like the first of the month comes and you're like, okay, like I slacked off or I did this or I did that or whatever, like I can own it and then move forward. And how can I change it? Because if you don't focus on what you need to work on or how things maybe could have gone a little bit better, then you never address it. It's like just ignoring it. And it's like, you can't let I can't get it out. You can't let stuff just sit there and continue to be like, it becomes a habit then, right? And you want to create the good habits, not the bad habits. So
right. I want to add one more thing. A lot of people are like, oh, I need to do more personal development. I need to do more personal development. Guys, you want to know what my personal development is? I go for a car ride, blast my music, and get my mind right. That's my personal development. I want people to realize, like, when you're doing personal development, make sure you're doing something that you're going to benefit from. Make sure it's something that you are lacking in to be better at, not just to say, oh, I did my personal development today. If it's not helping you grow or it's not helping you get your mind right. For instance, like Brittany on here, I'm going to use her as an example. She was always doing all the things, right? The one thing she was lacking that completely changed her business around was personal development about leadership. She started, listening to podcasts and reading books about that, and it completely turned her entire business around. So just make sure that, you're doing things that are helping you grow in the areas that you need help in, that are going to actually, you're going to benefit from.
Yeah, I'm really glad you said that, because people can do all the personal development in the world, but if they never actually apply it, or it's not an area that they needed to work on, it's not going to change anything for them. They can know all the things, just like you could know all of the ingredients and all of the stuff, but you really don't know how to lead somebody, or you don't know how to deal with different levels of leadership, working with organizations, just like you said, and it takes one person to show you what you are lacking. Exactly.
Honestly, that's what Jason and Paul said at one of the leadership, at a getaway when they did the leadership, meetings. They said, it's not the green personality people sitting here just knowing all the things because they know all the things that's going to make you successful. It's the heart and the passion and the soul. Like, you already have it inside you. We can't teach you that. We can't teach you how to, have that. So you've got to dig deep and figure it out, and what lights your soul on fire, and stay around people that light your soul on fire. I mean, there's times where we're all sometimes not motivated or want to get out of bed or whatever, but when you have that passion and you have a why that makes you cry, a vision board, like, guys, if you haven't done a vision board yet, I haven't done mine, so don't worry, I'm slacking too, but I have to do that. Like, make sure you have a roadmap and you have something to look at every single day of why you're even doing this, to get you through on those hard days when you don't feel like that. And find somebody that can, get you through it, that you can vent to for a minute, get it out of your system, and they're going to pump you back up and be like, all right, you got this. So, Ashley's my person. And so when I am feeling that way, I have incredible leadership on my team. So teaching that layered leadership is very, very, very important. We're all better together. Like, honestly, that's why we're coming together to do this page. So everybody can start off with success, set up for success, and all the leadership are going to all come together, tips, tricks, what they're doing, what works. So that way we can, help teach you things maybe that are working, or maybe things that we did that were mistakes that weren't working. Well,
I'm glad that you threw that in there, because you guys, there's so much truth into it. I wouldn't have, if it wasn't for the leadership within my own team, I would have literally fallen apart this year. But you want to know what happened? Because I was able to take the step back that I needed to. Well, I got my life together and so forth. I came back in and I thought, oh my gosh, where do I fit? Because my leaders were incredible leaders, right? So then I'm like, where do I fit in there? Well, what I realized is that I needed to learn from my leaders. For one, I needed to be the student again from my leadership. And two, I needed to surround myself again with other people that were where I was, that also wanted to grow. So that's what I started doing. I started submerging myself into other people that were at similar levels of experience, that maybe hit walls, how they overcame those walls, how they were able to help their organization, like-minded people but also how could I come together within to bring a community? So that's where you're seeing like, okay, we're like, let's do this call on Monday nights again. Let's get this page together where everybody can be on the same page. Let's offer these team Zooms every week and encourage everybody to get on the leadership calls on Tuesdays and hear those inspiring stories that grow, right? Because if everybody's on the same page, and everybody's gonna be able to grow and everybody's gonna be able to focus on that growth. So if like you haven't been tuning into that stuff, like there's always going to be recordings. Also, another thing, when this page was being developed, that is coming together for the Dream Team, I'm going to tell you, I was talking to Crystal the other day, and you guys, if you don't know or you haven't hit or found what it is that you feel like maybe you need, you start reaching out to people, right? Sometimes when you reach out to people, you're going to hit dead ends because they don't want to help you. And I want to encourage you to keep on reaching, keep on trying to find those solutions and to find those answers. And that was something Crystal was like, Kaylee and I were just like on a mission. We were going to find what was working for people and trying to get submerged into that, to learn it, to be able to bring it back and teach it and share it. Right. And I think that's an important thing to learn, because if you are hitting a wall every time you're trying to get your samples out, maybe the way that you're approaching it or the way that you've been trying over and over and over again is just not the way that you need to do it. And you need to start looking at some people that are aces at getting samples out. Get on YouTube and start looking over some of the videos of Thrive mini experiences, how to get samples out. Maybe it's even a different company that's focused on getting their samples out, but you learn a trick or a tip from them. And you guys, some of those videos I try to get when I go to YouTube and I'm typing in stuff like keywords of what I want to overcome. Maybe it's I want to learn how to grow on TikTok, or maybe I want to learn how to get more engagement on my stories. You see how I'm not saying on my Thrive, right? Because the point is, if I can get more views on my stories, then more people, if I'm putting Thrive in my stories, are going to see it. See how that works? Okay, so if I become an ace on getting more views in the algorithm on TikTok, then by doing that, more people are going to see the content, as long as I'm putting out content that also connects to my business. Same thing on Instagram or so forth. Jackie, are you back now?
I'm back on my phone. I don't know what on earth happened to my laptop. I was actually out in Hawaii last week. I closed my laptop, and as soon as I opened it, I haven't had any microphone. There's like a little red exclamation point. Honestly, I just think it's Mercury retrograde. It's almost over. But no, I'm back, and I'm so fired up. I got back last night, late last night. Hopped on Power Hour this morning. Like, our team does a Power Hour, and I was just super inspired by hearing other people. I have not stopped working all day, like literally all day. It's because I have I do have a spouse account. I do have people that need to thrive for free. I do have 2 brand new promoters that are still kind of in their first 6 months. And, like any promoter who's in their first 6 months, you guys, I know it sounds like a long time, but really it's not. They're still babies. Imagine having a 6-month-old baby. That's how I like to treat my brand new promoters. Like, they're still babies to me, right? So I still have a lot of work to do, especially during month end. And I mean, I'm so excited for the Dream Team page to come up. Just because I do have a Facebook page as well, where I have units and stuff. I did not make this stuff up. I kept it really organized before, but I got it from, what was it? Chastity? What was that old page, Amanda? Was that back when Chastity had the units? Yeah. They call it something different now, right? Yeah. But that was from back then. That page is no longer I had super active
on mine too. Yeah. And it's real hard sometimes whenever Facebook comes out with different ways of doing the pages, that if you have an older page, I wasn't able to incorporate that in my old team page, which is why my team page, I never was able to really add more to it. And it was just easier, instead of all my people on that page just doing it on Lisa's page, because all my 200Ks have their own pages as well for the most part,
It is true.
Yeah.
But I'm going to just kind of talk about the team pages and getting organized and stuff. And all of you guys on here as leaders of your own ships, right? You know, the big teams and stuff, they're all here for you. But it could get very overwhelming. It's like you point them to this thing, like, yes, we create duplicatable systems for you guys to plug your people into. But if that's still overwhelming, you have to come up with your own little onboarding, like kind of spoon feeding your brand new promoters and stuff. Like, hey, this is what I want you to see first, this, and this. There's so many leaders that say they don't add everybody to the group chats right away. Like they kind of, you know, they kind of slowly take them along, right? So I'm really excited about the Dream Team page. I would highly recommend for you guys, like how you guys finish off the month is how you guys are going to start next month. And I kind of want to use this analogy. Think about month end as if like if you were a business owner and let's just say you owned a restaurant, and every night before close, you had to close the till. You had to like do all of these certain things, right? There's things that you can't do. Like you can't move forward until you actually do that. You know what I mean? Like you're not just going to close your shop. If you're truly professional, if you truly want your business to succeed, if you want the people who actually open up in the morning on, you know, whatever the next day is, if you want them to come to like, you know, maybe it's like a shift, right? Like a night shift. You guys have to cross your T's, dot your I's, close everything up correctly, right? For the next people to come in. And that's kind of what we do here in this business when it comes to month end. So, you know, when it comes to month end, I see that a lot of people, sometimes they just kind of like give up, right? They're like, oh, I'm $6,000 away from 40K. You know, it's cool. Like my month's over. I'll throw the month, you know. But it's really not like that, you guys. There's probably little things that you guys can do as far as like making sure certain people are thriving for free. There's little things, right? So don't just like give up on your entire month just because your volume's not all there. You know what I mean? I always say this, the same people who order and like at the end of the month are the same people who are going to order at the next end of the month. And you guys, it's going to be really crazy. Give you guys a little bit of a, I don't know, it's not a tip, but just a little peek. But tomorrow, a lot of the leaders are going to be hopping on a leadership call with Lavelle. Not everybody got this, like, you know, message. I don't know exactly what it's going to be about. It's been very secretive as far as like Jason Camper. Pretty sure Amanda's going to be on there. I'm pretty sure Kaylee too, but I'm really excited, you guys. I don't know what they're going to drop on us, and I'm just gearing up now, closing up the month of January. So make sure that you guys still like, you know, make sure you guys do that too. Also, there's like 65 of you guys on this Zoom. You know, this is kind of like Amanda's team and down, right? I'm pretty sure there's more than like 3,000 qualified and active promoters, but we've only got 65 people on a Zoom. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. So it's just like, you know, I know there's a lot of Zooms and stuff. And I was actually just talking about this with some of my leaders. And it's like, yes, there are a lot of Zooms, but like, it's always optional of where you guys get to plug into. You know what I mean? Most of the Zooms are always recorded. You know, there's not a lot of Zooms, like out of, if there was like 20 or 30 Zooms, there's probably only 2 of them that are not recorded. But I mean, for you guys who are hopping on here, like major props to you guys. I mean, I want to challenge you guys to every time that you guys come onto one of these Zooms, try to get one team member to hop on with you, at least one, right?
And Jackie and I committed to this, you guys. So I'm going to tell you, if one of us is down, the other one is going to be here. So every single Monday, as we roll through 2022, this Zoom is going to happen no matter what, because we found that when we know that the team knows that it's always going to be here, that's always going to be here. Whether it's somebody filling your head with the mindset, the belief that you can do this, whatever it might be, like hopefully you take something away from it and you're like, you know what? Yeah, if I had just one of my teammates on here and then one of your teammates decides that they want to bring one of their teammates on and one of those people bring one of their teammates on, eventually it's going to become a habit. And you know, we stopped doing these for a while. So people aren't as committed to this day either, right? But it's all about filling your mind up and showing up, right? And again, if you can't come to Mondays, the whole reason why I had to stop doing the Mondays, you guys, is because I was working on Mondays and I couldn't be at the hospital and on here at the same time. And that was just like, I went through a period of time where that's where my place needed to be for a hot minute. And then I was like, this isn't where I need to be. I need to be right here. I need to be filling people's cups up, because that's where my life comes back into me. When I hop on those Tuesday Zooms and I hear people's stories, it takes me back to my own story. It takes me back to the people that I have watched in this organization come in and start with no belief that they can do this, no want to even really do this, to explosion and just seeing their entire lives change. And I want each and every one of you to believe that that absolutely can be you. And it's just a matter of figuring out what's going to work for you. You putting the commitment, consistency, making sure you're making those connections and intention every single day. And it'll start to happen. You'll start to develop the confidence. People see that, and that is what's going to draw them to you. And that's what's going to make your team believe, right, that you can do that. And if you have, like, I know everybody has like either group chats on Facebook or so forth. Kaylee actually just took some of her chats to Telegram, because you know how the chats can get too full and you can't add people to it. And I added myself to her chat because I wanted to see how it all worked. And it's really freaking awesome. Okay.
I messaged you, Amanda. I'm going to talk about this a little bit. So my team's been on Telegram for over a year and a half because, one of my personally enrolled, her boyfriend is a business strategist who scales businesses to like 6 and 7 and 8 like figures, right? And he told us, I had my whole team on WhatsApp. Okay. I had them all on WhatsApp. And this is like, that's even a little forward too. Most teams are still sitting on Facebook. They're still sitting on like things where it's very, very hard to index things. It's hard to search things. It's hard to look for things. You guys, get with the times, move towards the future, make your lives easier. Okay. And I'm going to say this. I don't care if people are like, oh, my team's still on Facebook. I'm going to tell you straight up. You guys have to move. Okay. You guys literally have to move. I was in the same place as Kaylee. My team grew past 250 people in a chat. We had to move. So I couldn't add any more people to Telegram to WhatsApp. Guess what? Now we have like 700 people in Telegram, right? And even more, like there's probably even more because there's people that drop off like flies and whatever, So anyways, we moved to Telegram, and I'm going to tell you guys why I love Telegram. Not only is it easy to look for links, look for photos. You guys can actually send saved messages to wherever you need to send them. You guys can actually pin certain chats to the top. Like, so what I do is I pin my top 3 chats to the top, my top 3 that I pour into every single day. Those are kind of like my top priority. And then I also prioritize DMs. Okay. So direct messages. When somebody sends me a direct message, I prioritize those too. I'm actually in most of my leaders team chats, which is absolutely insane. Amanda, imagine if you had like 20 of your like 80 and 200Ks and you're sitting in all their chats. And I'm in there because I keep it very organized and I'm intentional. Okay. So the other thing I'm going to tell you guys about Telegram is I like Telegram because it's completely separate from my Facebook, completely separate from my text messages. And guess what? Those are all the places where I'm actually talking to people, getting them on Thrive and still having a personal life. Okay. So Telegram, because it's so separate, there's not really anything else going on Telegram besides a bunch of Thrivers, a bunch of leaders, a bunch of people sharing questions and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like my work chat. And it's also friendly for desktop. So you guys can actually download the app for desktop. This is how I type very, very quickly when it comes to like answering questions for my team and helping people and like sending things. So you guys, like, I treat this business like a real business. If you guys have ever worked a corporate job where you guys have a desk, you guys have your own like computer and how you like your desktop and everything. I treat this business no different, right? Like Telegram was the first thing I opened. So really, 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 really love Telegram. But, because it's month end too, I want to give you guys a little bit of like business insight and like what it really means to hit ranks and what happens when you guys hit ranks. I know we don't talk about this enough. We talk about like motivation and like getting people to thrive and all these things. And, but I always like, as I was growing this business, I would have people that would say, well, what do I get if I go 4K? Like, what does that even mean, right? Basically, when you guys go 4K, it's the first rank in the company, right? $4,000 in team sales. That also, if you guys reach 4K, it also makes you eligible to get a team commissions matching bonus on all your personally enrolled promoters. Okay, so most important thing, I'm not going to go over like a lot of the specifics, but just make sure to fill your dials. Okay, if you guys reach the 4K rank, you guys unlock a level of pay. It goes from like, okay, so if you're a brand promoter, okay, you're getting paid on 3 levels. As soon as you reach the 4K rank, it opens up another, what is it, 3 levels, I think? No, is it 3 levels? Damn it.
If you, yeah, 4K is 3 levels.
Is
Or
it 3
there's
levels?
3 levels, and then it's the 4th level for 4K, 5 levels for 12K, 6 levels for 40K, 7 levels for 80K. Or wait, 80K is all 8 levels. So no, it's 4 levels and then it's 5.
I think so. Yeah.
It's
So
five.
it's
I'm
no,
sorry.
brand promoter is you get paid on 3 levels regardless. So if you guys just come in, you're enrolling within 3 levels, you're getting paid on 3 levels. As soon as you hit 4K, it opens up 5 levels. It opens up 5 levels. And you also get, if you have enough qualified and active promoters, you get an extra team commissions matching bonus. Daniela, levels means like uni levels. So, you know, if I am myself, right, whoever my personally enrolled promoter is my first level, you know, whoever they enroll under them is their second level. It just keeps going down. You know what I mean? Like how many degrees of people, how far are they enrolled away from you? Okay. That's basically what the levels mean. So a friend of 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 a friend, here's your 8 levels. That's the maximum that we get paid on. And then anything else that falls below our commissions and stuff. But okay, I'm getting carried away.
Yeah, I
But
was gonna say,
you
once
guys get
you
it.
start getting there, that's when you need to really worry about it. Until you get there and you have like all these levels deep, don't worry about it.
But this is what I'm going to tell you guys too. Okay, so if you guys are really new, you know, you guys probably won't have many people in your 3rd and 4th and 5th levels, right? But let's say you guys have been around for a while and you guys are 4Ks or 12Ks in the business, you know, go into your cloud office and look under like sponsorship downline. There's a little drop down. It'll show you how many levels deep you are. Okay. It will actually show, you'll see like level 1, 2, 3, whatever. But you know, at the 12K rank, so I already told you about 4K, you unlock to the 5th level, right? You get an extra level of pay. There's other things in there that you can also get, right? You get the Maui gym in the first 30 days if you guys are there. But once the 30 days is over, you're just kind of like normal compensation plan, right? Our amazing compensation plan. You guys can thrive for free. You guys are getting paid uni level, retail, fast starts, like all the things. 12K, you get the extra level added, right? You're going to get paid on 6 levels of pay. You're going to get your auto bonus if you have those 4 personally enrolled, qualified and active promoters. It's month end right now, you guys. So go and take a look. If you guys are between that 4 and 12K rank, or you guys are shooting for 12, make sure you have all those active promoters. Okay. This is a call to action right now.
Yeah. And you might have somebody, you guys, down there working that they don't have an upline that maybe you signed or something, but maybe somebody that they signed is actually working. So if there's volume coming from somewhere that you're not sure where it's coming from, look and see who it is, because it might be a customer that's referring and you just didn't catch it. It might be a promoter that's working that you didn't know decided to get back on board and start working. Reach out and touch base with them. That's what I have always done, is I've reached back out to the people that, oh, whoa, where'd they come from? Like I didn't even see like that they popped back in. You can imagine me catching somebody like that now. I'm like, holy crap. Like sometimes it's really hard because my organization did get so big. But if I see like a leg going up or something happening in there all of a sudden, but the person I signed originally they're not really working, I'm trying to figure out who it is, and where that person is. And I try to connect with them. And you know what, guys, here's the thing. If nobody else is working between you and that person, they become your level 1. When there's double, triple fast starts and it's based off of your level 1, guess what? You earn them.
You know what's crazy, Amanda? You
Yeah.
know what's absolutely crazy too is that there's other companies out there. I didn't even say it. There's other companies out there that their max level is like 6 levels. So
Yeah.
at our 12K rank, you guys, if you guys qualify at the 12K rank, you guys are getting paid on 6 levels of whatever is happening in your organization, right? That's why that is the real reason why it's important to hit ranks. It doesn't have anything to do with your upline and what they're earning. If they're hitting their rank, they're earning on all those levels that are below you. It's about you. And like, why are you doing this? And are you maximizing? Like, if you guys are hitting your ranks, you're going to get paid on more levels, not your upline. So you know what I mean? When your uplines and stuff push you like, hey, oh my God, you're so close to rank and stuff like that. It's not about us. That doesn't really affect our paychecks other than like, you know, the better that you do, yeah, the better we do too. But we still get paid on like the levels and stuff that as long as we're achieving, you know, everyone, as long as they're personally achieving their rank, they're going to get paid on wherever the people are working in those levels. Okay. So yeah, that's 12K. I mean, the best rank in the company. I'm going to be completely honest with you. You guys, like, it is honestly the best rank in the company. Auto bonus rank, getting paid on 6 levels, right? And then, you know, qualifying for getaways when you guys can. And then 40K and 80K. 40K gets paid on a 7th level. Okay, so it's unlocking a new level. If there's people working in your 7th level, you're going to get paid on all those people. And then the 80K, you unlock the full 8 levels. Okay, so that's literally all it is when you guys are hitting the new ranks. Of course, like the volume that is involved in there, you're getting paid on all of that volume within those levels. Okay, so that is like the whole ranking system. I know that a lot of people are like, well, what happens if I hit rank? And like, who cares? If you guys are like so close to hitting a rank, it's going to put you in a different pay. Okay, so that's basically what month end is about. That's why the leaders and stuff are like going kind of crazy. And then even more, you guys, where you guys are really going to see the biggest difference and notice, anyone who is in the 80K rank, anyone who's been 80K before, like on their way there, you guys, like between 80 and 200, once you cross the 200K rank, yes, you're at the top of the company. You've helped thousands and thousands and thousands of people thrive, right? And the company rewards you for that. Instead of getting paid 4% uni level commission on your entire organization, all of the blood, sweat, and tears, like all of the time that you put in, you know, you get 8% like after that. And it is a big deal, you guys, like going from 4% to 8%. I mean, anyone who's ever been there before, you guys know what it's like. Anyone who's at 80K, like, you know, or, you know, even when the company drops the getting paid as a 200K, you guys see the difference in your checks. The company's not like, they're not dumb. They do it so that you can see and you can feel it, right? They do it for that reason. So that is the whole like kind of ranking system and what the whole point is of month end. How you guys end like this month is how you're going to get paid every single week for the month of February. Okay, so that is the whole thing. It's not just like a, hey, you know, like we're trying to thrive for free. It's not just that, you guys. What you guys do today, how you guys finish off, if you guys cross another rank, it's going to boost your paychecks for next month, next Tuesday, the Tuesday after that, the Tuesday after that, the Tuesday after that, the entire month of February. So you guys hitting a rank, like just one more rank or whatever it is going to grow your entire paycheck for next month. Yep. Yes, you guys never knew and realized this. I know, you know why? Because our products are so good and we are so emotional. We're like emotional creatures and stuff. We honestly don't talk about it enough, right? We don't, because we're kind of feeling based. The company, like, you know, thriving for free and helping people is really what the thing is here. But, you know, giving you guys this kind of business insight is going to help you guys in a different way. You know, it's going to put you guys extra money in your guys' pockets. And yeah.
Yeah. And you want to make sure that you're digging, you know, and you're helping within your organization. It's like you guys at one point in time, Twin was like on level 8 for me. And now she's level 4.
Woo!
Right. So she's level 4, but it's like there was a time she's personally enrolled. As it goes personally enrolled, she's like a level 3 for me. But the thing is that I want you guys to realize that you could have a complete rock star, all right, within your organization on levels 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. That a lot of your volume could be coming from. So you want to get paid. You want to reach out to those individuals. You want to help them, not necessarily that your check's going to skyrocket. Okay. Because your check may not, because I have a bunch of people that are red legged. All right. And red leg, which I'm just going to speak very briefly on, is where you have, say, okay, I'm just going to go at the 4K level. Somebody in your organization has $3,000 in sales, but you're sitting there with 400. You cannot go, or they have $3,600 in sales and you have somebody sitting there with 400. You cannot go 4K with that. Okay. Because you need to bring 1,600 in volume outside of your biggest leg in order for you to go 4K. Guess what? I have people that could be 200K. I have people that could be 200K that aren't even, they're a brand promoter. There's that. Right? Because all they'd have to do is literally get that 4K rank, $1,600 of volume outside of that big leg, or, $4,800 outside of a leg. And anyways, my point is that it's going to be based on what you're doing overall, not just necessarily one team. Okay. Within your organization. But you also want to be able to help people within your organization, no matter where they're at, because everything rises, you guys, and people are going to fall off. I see Jackie's like, wait a second, I got one on that.
No, I'm like, yeah, everything rises. There's going to be people that fall off. It really doesn't matter, but you guys have to build, like wherever you're going to get paid, where there's people working like within your 8 levels or whatever rank you're getting paid at. But like, I help people who are like 20 levels down deep from me. You know what I mean? Like for me to have people 20 levels down, I'm like, holy crap, how the hell did we get 20 levels deep?
I don't even look and see where people are. Whenever I know that I'm helping somebody, I don't care if you're on my team, if you're on level 30 or you're on level 2, I'm going to help you the same, because that's my job, is to help you no matter where you're at. And so when you come into that, that's a very selfless way of approaching your business. And I want you guys to realize that it really, like, the cream of the crop rises. And when you have somebody in your organization that's growing, no matter how deep they are, they bring something to your organization that they're going to share their wisdom with people. You guys, they're going to grow into leaders, and that's changing people's lives. So I always feel like no matter where somebody's at, you always want to help them. And it will come back around full circle. I truly believe that it does come back around full circle, no matter what. And as you leave this month, like you're going to start next month as you finish. Like if you go out of it with, like, you know what, I know that I need to work on this, this, and this, and this is what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to end with a bang, and I'm going to blow it up this month. Like I hope every single person claims tomorrow that they are going to have the biggest February that they've ever had. All right. Have the biggest February you've ever had. Maybe you've exploded in February before, but you want to double that next month. You want to explode.
And you guys, February is 28 days. I mean, we're missing 3 days, or 2-3 days. And honestly, 2-3 days is a lot. You guys can do so much in that amount of time. I mean, keep a lookout on the Facebook pages and stuff. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that, like that little square that has like 4K with some numbers, 12K with some numbers, and people are like, what are all these like dollar amounts and these numbers and stuff? They're basically like pace setters. Like they're trackers of like kind of where your volume should be at if you're on track. And doesn't mean that you're going to fail or that you're like going to hit. It just literally means that you're on pace. So you guys will see that stuff a little bit later. Like, when the month starts, like I religiously, when I was building my business, like right now I'm just like, I'm just like constantly helping the team and for them to hit their ranks. But before, I used to very, very religiously be looking at those trackers, right? Where should my business be at today? If it is this day of the month, right? If it's the 15th of the month, basically, like, if it's the 15th of the month, halfway through the month, you'd probably be somewhere about halfway towards your rank if you're on pace, right? And if you're not, that just tells you I need to pick things up a little bit, right? I need to do a little bit more to try to compensate for how to speed it up and try to get to my rank by the end of the month. And I'm actually really happy that a lot of you guys voiced in the chats, like, I've never heard it explained like this, like with the levels and stuff. And just to be clear, if you guys don't have people working in those levels, it's not going to affect you if you like hit the rank or if you don't, other than you're bringing in volume, you guys are making commission, and you're going to grow, right? That's basically what it means. But they're just like trackers and little goals to go for. Another thing is that in your business snapshot, this is like my favorite place in the cloud office to look at, especially once you guys pass your VIP. Like once you're not a new promoter anymore, business snapshot is my absolute favorite place to look at, because one, it's going to show you if you're qualified and active, which is what we need you guys all to be today, right? Before you guys close out the month. And then it also says there, like month to date rank, like what have you achieved this month so far? And then it says paid rank, like what rank are you getting paid at as? And if you guys finish off strong right now on the 31st, next month, you're going to see that paid rank of what you achieved this month, right? So if you guys achieved 40K this month, you're going to see it. Paid rank is a 40K. And then you also see your high rank, whatever your highest rank was that you ever achieved. So that's why those things are there. Lavelle doesn't just put those things there for nothing. They put it there to help us like grow, right? So really when it comes to your cloud office, you guys, cross your T's, dot your I's, fill up your dials. If you ever see something that is not full and it's towards like the end of the month or anytime, you know what I mean? I tell people all the time, screenshot me whatever you see, and I'll tell you how to fill it. I'll tell you exactly what you need to do to fill it. And you guys just do that with your uplines. If your upline doesn't know the answer, their upline's going to know for sure. So just ask for the help that you guys need to. And something that Amanda was saying about helping people like levels and levels down. I had a girl reach out to me and a couple of our leaders. She was like, hey, I really need a banner made. I have a new promoter. I just don't know where to go. Like, I've never been like taught some of these things. And she apologized. She's like, I know you're super busy. And I'm like, no, I'm happy you're coming to me. And I went to go look and I'm like checking off some of the people. I'm like, okay, I know these people are not working. I know these people are not working, because I'm trying to find in between, like, who is working that could help her. Right. And to be completely honest, there wasn't. I want to say like 10 levels, 12 levels down or whatever. I'm like, that person is me. So it really, but guess what? She's on fire right now. Her team is like, she's signed a brand new promoter. Her promoter's on fire. Like, you guys got to ask for help when you guys need it. If you guys don't know the answer, screenshot it, send it into somewhere, just get answers. That is honestly, like, if you want to be a good promoter, you just have to know how to ask the questions and where to get the resources and stuff like that,
Yeah. So somebody asked, do you still get paid? Yes, you absolutely get paid on your red leg. But you only get paid for the rank that you are and the amount of levels that you get paid deep. So if you're a 4K and you're red leg and you have X amount of
a 200K under you
and you have a 200K under you, and you're a brand promoter, let's just say there, then you're only going to get paid on the amount of volume that falls under levels 1, 2, 3, 4, like boom, 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 right? That's it. That's all you're going to get paid on. So you're going to get paid, yes, at whatever rank you are, the levels deep. So if you are a 12K, but you have a 200K under you, you will get paid 5 levels deep in that person's organization, but you will not get paid any further than that. So it's super important, because what if you get paid 5 levels deep, okay, and that person's on level 5? Why does everyone worry about getting red leg then? Because
so cute.
Okay, so people get worried about getting red leg then. First off, if they're worried about getting red leg is not a problem. Red leg is a blessing. So you got to switch your mindset there. If you are red leg, you should be thanking your lucky stars that you are red leg, because that means your team is outworking probably you, because your organization is lopsided. You need to get your butt working. Okay. So if you are red legged, you have to look at it as a blessing. And you have to say, this is what I need to do. I need to get myself balanced. That means I need to help more people. So if you ever are red legged, I don't think of it as a problem. I think of it as a blessing. So,
You guys should all want to red leg your upline.
Yes.
Let me tell you that.
Yeah. I mean, I've read like Jamie since like the first month in the business. Okay. And I want my team to red like me. Like I want to have red legs because that means that I need to get my butt moving. All right. Like that's just the reality of it. So I love that I have an extremely heavy leg, but guess what? I also know that my legs outside of that heavier leg, I want them to be running to get next to those heavy legs. I want them to have equally heavy legs and everybody's heavy legs. And I want to see that explosion because I know that if this leader can do it, then I know this leader can do it. And I want to see Kaylee and Stacy and everybody else outside of my biggest leg being twin. I want to see all of them on the millionaire stage and having millionaires walk, right? So that's where it's like, yeah, like I want to see rock stars and everybody going and being crazy, right? Because that's what it's all about. I'm like, I want to see everybody exploding and seeing 200Ks within these organizations and within their organizations and growing. And yeah, so red leg's not a problem. It's literally like your mindset is saying, oh, I'm red legged. Okay, I need to focus here and get this team rolling and see how I can help them. And I need to be focused on recruiting more and bringing more into my organization so that I can help. Oh gosh, hold on. I'm muted. I had like loud background happening there. There was something I was going to say of claiming.
The promos are ending. So if you guys had any like the first order bonus, any of that stuff, like wrap those things up. It's gonna end in like 2 hours. Another thing, if you guys haven't yet, reach out to anyone who created an account that got those $25 in credits. That's ending in like 2 hours, right? So this is the last chance, last attempt. Go reach out to them and just be like, hey, don't forget about the credits that you got for free. They're actually going to expire at whatever 8:59 p.m.
And they literally could go and grab some of those really cheap items. Honestly, right now, like they could like go and grab some of those really cheap items, and every dollar is going to help your business, your organization. It's all going to be beneficial. It's going to be a win for them to get something super duper cheap. It's going to be a win for you because it ups your volume just a little bit. It gets somebody else trying a product that maybe they might fall in love with. It might be a game changer for them. Maybe it's a skincare product that really, really helps them, or something that they never even thought of trying, right? So you want to make sure you want to make sure that you're trying to reach out to all those accounts and so on, because that's going to be a game changer for you. I can't see with it. Yes, to reach rank.
Yes, to reach rank, you still get paid on all that volume. So if you have a red leg that's bringing in like over 60%, you're still getting paid on it, but you're not going to see your dial.
Yeah, you're not going to get paid on their entire volume, though. You're just going to get paid on the volume that reaches to that leg, like that whatever level it is. So I think that's where some people get confused, is that they think they're getting paid on the amount of volume in that leg, but that's not necessarily true, because you're only getting paid on the volume that falls within that organization's levels.
Wherever you rank at, yes.
Yeah.
So if you're like a 4K, you're going to get paid on like 5 levels. If you're a 12K, you're going to get paid on 6 levels of whatever it is. But from my experience, most of the volume falls within there. But I mean, just to reach rank, yeah. So if you guys ever experience that, if you guys see the red leg, like your dial's not moving anymore, you have to work outside of that heavy leg. So like literally like, work on everybody outside that other leg. Love this business model. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. She says, I love this business model. This business model, it's not a pyramid scheme. You can earn more than your upline. Absolutely. Yeah. People pass their uplines all the time. But yeah, anyways, month end, you guys reach out to those last $25 credits and stuff, especially if they signed up for an account themselves. You guys, if they signed up and you didn't have to pull their leg to sign up, they're probably willing. Just be like, hey, this is going to be like this expiring in like 2 hours. I have gone to lengths, you guys, where I'm in my cloud office and I'll be like, hey, if you want to take advantage now, I'll send them their link. I will send them their username. I'll just be like, log in right now, go buy something before this time. I literally like kind of spoon feed it to them. And that's kind of, it's worked, you know, where I'm like, hey, here's a login, here's your username, because I can see it. I can't see their password, but I'm like, if you have time, go log in, buy whatever you want, apply the credits at checkout, screenshot me if you want me to take a look. Okay. That's literally what I do when I'm just like trying to get people to spend these credits.
So imagine that you are literally $300 away from ranking at 4K. Okay. You're $300 short, and you reach out right now to, 5 people that got the $25 credits. All right. And those 5 people order, or just say 10 people that got the $25 credits, and those 10 people order a $30 product. You just got your $300. And they maybe only paid $5 for it, but you just got your. So I'm just saying, like, you literally, like, volume can come out of nowhere by just helping people like close in on this deal. So really utilize that right now. And even if your people that referrals, well, even if they can only get $30 off next month in credits, and they only have to pay the difference because they got 2 referrals that spent $30 each. Guess what? That's still $30 in credits that person's going to get next month on the 2nd of the month as a customer or as a promoter. So utilize your referral system as well right now. Like, your customers can still get some credits off if their referrals that signed up underneath of them decide to finish out, place those orders. So anyways, it's 10 o'clock. We've got little less than 2 hours left, month in. I'm excited. I hope everybody's excited. You guys, tomorrow, when we have this leadership call with Paul and Jason, I'm expecting that they're going to have some news for us. So get ready, because it's coming, you guys. The boom is coming. And this recording will be up on my YouTube channel, and I always put it on the Dream Team page in the comments as soon as it's uploaded. So everybody have a good night, kick butt, and we will see you tomorrow. I can't wait to hear everybody's goals. All right. Bye,
Happy
guys.
month end, you guys. Good luck. Cross your T's, dot your I's. Goodbye.
Bye.